I just don't know what went wrong. Yeah, it's a mystery.
Of all the complaints of Season 3, one I found most fascinating regards the negative reception of fan pandering, more properly known as fan service amongst anime fans. I mean, why would fans hate content designed directly to please them? Well, answering that is about as easy as answering who is good and who is bad in a Game of Thrones. It's complicated. To explain my view, I'll dissect the positive and negative aspects of fan service in MLP's biggest fan service episode, Magic Duel.
Unlearn what you have learned. Only then can victory be earned.
Magic Duel is one of Season 3's most popular episodes, and with good reason. It was the episode tailor-made not just for MLP fans, but Brony MLP fans. The whole episode centers on Trixie's return, a character that is slightly adored by the Brony community, to say the least. Besides fan squeeze, Trixie also brings not one but two magical duels with Twilight. Adding to this is Zakora being Zakora, aka being awesome, and Fluttershy suffering adorably on screen. Yay. So character-wise, the episode focuses on the two most popular of the main six, and two of the more popular support cast. Is there more?
More?
Yes, a heaping helping of continuity throwbacks including Pinkie Pie's parents, Parasprite's magical mustaches, fourth wall breaking shenanigans, and also Alicorn becoming canon. Magic Duel is not just a fan service episode, it is the fan service episode of MLP. It is bursting to the seams with it, and therein lies the problem. But before we continue, let's break down what exactly fan service and fan pandering is. Off to Wikia. Fan service is a term originating from anime and manga fandoms for material in a series which is intentionally added to please the audience. Fan service can be anything from in-jokes to nudity depending on the fanbase's desires. As the definition noted, this term originated from anime where fan service has become associated with TNA, tits and ass.
I can hear you, so leave my butt out of this.
Ever wonder why there is always a beach episode? However, in US media and fandoms, it usually translates into fan in-jokes and trends, like a certain muffin-loving mayor's frequent appearance in Season 2. Though if Game of Thrones proved anything, TNA is also quite popular fan service material in the States as well. The benefits of fan service are quite obvious. You're servicing your fan base's desires. Fans like muffins, insert muffins. Fans like pop culture references, toss in some pop culture references. Want to make a lot of teen boys happy? Toss in lots of TNA. By adding fan service, you are acknowledging your fan base's desires. You're boosting their investment in the series. It can also be an indirect way to add extra depth to side parts of a scene. Like, say, for example, transforming random Stallion 55 into Doctor Who's. However, there's a dark side of fan service that ties back into what fan service is. Content added to appeal to fans. Essentially, fan filler. And any fan of anime can give you a rather livid description of the downsides of filler. Fan service, put simply, was never part of the original plan, but an added sugary coating. This can be good when it is used to add extra details to an already existing plot point, but detrimental when it adds an unplot point that serves no purpose but to take up space in the story. Put bluntly, fanservice is a double-edged sword that builds on fans' desires by cutting into meaningful space that could be used instead to develop the plot, characters, or setting in a more meaningful way. This is why ecchi anime series are almost always
Yay!
TNA fanservice takes up so much screen time that plot gets filled with more holes than Swiss cheese dropped on a landmine.
Hey, what's this? There's so many of them at the bottom of the water.
I think that's the spotted sea cucumber.
I see. So this is a sea cucumber? It's slimy and lumpy. It feels interesting.
Hey, Dana, why are you playing with it that way? It looks kinda...
Don't get close to me.
You don't like stuff like this, Hattori?
No, I don't. First of all, I don't like anything slimy.
Hey, Hattori said she doesn't like it, so try not to stick it out too much.
Magic Duel is helped by fanservice, but is also dragged down by the overwhelming amount that does not add to the final plot, but instead hurts the episode's stability and unity. For instance, what exactly was the purpose of Zeccora's training? Yes, we get a cool Yoda-like training montage, but what exactly did that add to the story? We never see the fruits of this labor. The only meaningful addition it adds is at the end when, in one of Zeccora's worst rhymes, Twilight is inspired and or told to team up with her friends to beat Trixie.
If Trixie's tricks have you in a fix, you must mix your magic and use the 6.
However, Zeccora was not really needed for this at all, because Twilight didn't already just know this lesson, she's already taught it to others.
Now, Applejack, I completely respect the Apple family ways. You're always there to help any pony in need, so maybe you can put a little of your stubborn pride aside and allow your friends to help you. Okay, Twilight. I am not taking no for an answer. What? Yes, Twilight. Yes, please. I could really use your help.
I have nothing against Zeccora, but her presence was quite simply wasted in this story, just seemingly to appeal to fans. Think about it. Around 1/3 of the episode revolves around seeking advice and training from Zeccora. That goes nowhere, when that time could have been better spent showing Dark Trixie's corrupted madness and its effects on Ponyville, and how Twilight deals with handling a more powerful mage that she can't simply out-magic. Worse yet is what the fan service meddling seemingly has replaced in the episode. Spike's job in MLP is to be Twilight's #1 assistant, literally. He is her voice of reason and emotional support when times are hard for her. Yet in an episode where Twilight's rival returns and beats her in a magical duel, and then banishes her from Ponyville, he serves pretty much no purpose, besides a rather touchingly sad moment when Twilight leaves. This is made even more odd by considering how much of a role he played in Ghostbusters, Trixie's original episode that was the prequel to this. Who instead fills in Twilight's support role for this episode? Fluttershy, of course. Why? Well, if you have not seen my previous video, she's rather bucking popular. Fluttershy's use in this episode was a rather blatant example of bad fan service that did nothing but pull down the rest of the episode's story. Oh, some might say I'm nitpicking, and that was totally in character for Fluttershy and not fan service at all. Well then, let me read this scene synopsis. A group of friends are put in an awkward situation where they decide to solve it by sending the cute one of the group on a secret mission and in a special costume that's extra adorable. I'm sorry, but this is one of the most popular fan service cliches in anime.
Should be a piece of cake, right?
Please note, ever lose a dirty old man who's currently looking for maids with blonde hair?
We know a blonde-haired girl, don't we?
Yep, and I bet we can find her a maid's uniform.
Why, you sneaky little... That's not fair!
It's a good thing that celestial wizards never go back on their word, because now you're stuck with us.
But you tricked me!
Oh, lighten up, would you?
I literally facepalmed myself the first time I watched this episode at this scene. It was so blatant fan service that it was not even ashamed of itself. And it should be. Oh, but it's not fan service. Okay, then please explain any functional purpose of this costume besides looking adorable. It was adorable though.
All right, men, it's time to initiate our mission.
What do you mean?
What mission?
I've assessed the situation. We'll infiltrate the elementary school. You two are going in.
But where are we going? Why did we even bother with disguises? We stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, there's a reason. A damn good reason.
This way, Haru-chan.
Isn't she the cutest? Oh, look at her in that miniskirt. Haru, he looks like a little doll.
So basically, you just wanted to see her dressed up like that.
Zeccora and Fluttershy's exploits in the episode, while amazing and adorable respectively, did not further the main plot. Why spend so much time learning Zeccora's magic when it's never used or even displayed? And no, she did not just learn misdirection from Zeccora, but actual magic. Why introduce Fluttershy's anger management trait only to forget about halfway through the episode, and in turn create not just a continuity break with previous episodes, but continuity break within itself? The fanservice has also handicapped other aspects of Magic Duel, like the actual tone of the episode. For instance, the Magic Duels. Okay, I know this is a kid's show, but the duels divulge into a slapstick stage show which is rather anticlimactic given all the more mature tonal build-ups beforehand. Magic Duel comes out disjointed because of this, giving the impression that there are 2 to 3 different narratives that were merged into one. One where Twilight learned some of Zekora's foreign magic that is used to defeat Trixie, likely tied to some sort of magic representing culture and how different magics have their own unique strengths. Another path being essentially a Flip Ghostbusters episode where Twilight and her friends turn Trixie's tricks against her. What do I know? Emma Larson has never been tasked with merging 2 opposing episode storylines into one episode before. Right. Fanservice or fan pandering can be good in moderation, but bad in excess. Used creatively, fanservice can be another tool for a creator to manipulate the audience's emotions and indirectly add an extra layer of depth to a scene. The problem lies when it is used in place of building upon a setting, expanding the plot, or making the characterization more meaningful. Spending half an episode in filler is doing it wrong, especially when the media in question is limited to only 20 minutes. I hate to bring up another hot button issue, but Derpy's role in the last roundup was an example of good fan service. Derpy, either version, served as a catalyst for Applejack's actions when she destroyed Town Hall. Derpy added a layer of depth to an existing element of the narrative, benefiting, not disrupting it. Too much fan service means trying too hard to essentially please your audience that you distort what they originally loved. The universe, the story, and the characters. Also, calling Magic Duel disjointed seems sort of canon after BronyCon 2013, by ML Larson's own words. Apparently a B plotline involving Zekora's training was cut, and there was also apparently more post-script fanservice changes out of his hand. Called it.